Hey!
It's crazy. That's like
How you
Spurs.
doing? How you doing, man?
Mate, top of the league. But I'm laughing, man. Everyone wanted us to fail after that Liverpool dodgy result. As soon as we went down to 10 men, people messaging WhatsApp groups are going crazy. He's gone off the lot. Hey, listen, they wanted us to lose today. They don't want us to win. They don't want us to win. That's all I got to say.
But you know, Bissouma did his best job of trying to put us under a bit of pressure today. I mean, what is he doing with that dive to get sent off? Like only 3 minutes before that, he's getting booked.
You know what I've noticed with him? He has a lapse in concentration. I know, like the dive, like he's doing the madness. I don't know what he was on. I don't know if he was sniffing the yayo. I don't know. I don't know what he was doing. But he's in a space where he can shoot. I'm thinking, go on, Bissouma, because he's just dribbling, coming at them. I think he's gonna bang it like boom, and then he just drops to the floor because he kind of overhits one of his touches. And he just drops it. I'm like, brother, no. Then the referee was like, yeah, you little cheater. Watch this. Watch me now. I saw that Liverpool game, you little cheaters. Boom! Yellow card. Boom! Red card is off. I said, oh, Lord. I said, oh, my brother. I hate when one of the brothers get, because I just feel everyone just jumps on them. I was like, oh, it had to be you. I said, why are you? Why are you like this? I said, well, it is what it is. He let our team down. And like before that, I thought we were doing. I thought, you know what? Before all of that, the first 8 minutes, I thought we were cooking.
Yeah,
I can't lie. I thought like the way we were moving the ball in the midfield and the chances we were creating, they could not handle us. Literally, I felt we let them back in the game because I feel sometimes in the midfield we are a bit ponderous. Our concentration slips. We take one too many touches. I'm talking about individuals. So sometimes it might be Star hanging on to it too long. Sometimes it's a doggy. And sometimes it's Bissouma. And then when they lose that ball in that central area, it's always in that central area, that's what gives teams confidence. Like, oh, look, we can get at them. We can press them. Do you know what I'm saying? Whereas the easy pass is always on. Always on. And I find that when we just slip a little bit, when we just don't do the basics, 2 touch, boom, boom, triangle, bam, 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 move it quick from the back to the middle. I understand why we're doing it because we're trying to bait them on sometimes. Because I understand it's a low block at times, and they, you know what, I felt they didn't know whether to go man to man with us or whether to sit back, and I think that's the reason why we were opening them up a lot because they were like, right, should we go with them or should we stand off them? And I think we were just making a mockery of whatever they had for us. But then once they started pressing and they got the grip, so we made a couple mistakes, that's when the tide changed a little bit. They got a few chances in the game, and then I saw the tide change, and then they knew like, raw, let's just get it direct into my man, Morris, return on the Mac. Yeah, so let's just get into him. Then he might have a little header or whatnot, and we might create a chance or win those second balls, whatever. So basically, I think we were our own downfall at times. But in terms of chance creation in that first half, Richarlison, oh my days, had that chance fallen to Sonny. I know someone said it before, and like maybe Sonny wouldn't be in that position. But my thing is, you see Richarlison, like if Richarlison was on that pitch, maybe Sonny would have been in that position. How about that? Do you know what I'm trying to say? It works both ways. And like I just feel like that's an open goal, it's a gaping goal. Just get your foot on it. He got his foot on it, but it just wasn't enough to get in the net. And then the second chance he had, I'm thinking, put your foot through it now. Put your foot through it, and it'll hit the net. And he just doesn't do it. He just doesn't put his foot through it. Doesn't put enough power for it. The keeper gets a save, gets down to it. Those chances for me, if you're a top striker, you're finishing them. Do you know what I'm saying? 100%. Obviously, he's not a top striker. But, you know, that's the problem. But obviously, I think he does offer something different from the left-hand side. I'll concede that. Because most of our left wingers, sometimes they don't always invert in terms of, like, arriving in the box. Does that make sense? So off the ball runs, they're not in that penalty box like the same way Richarlison's attacking it. So credit for him on that position. But I just, yeah, man. For me, Maddison, like people were like, oh, you know, Maddison and Son's a bit quiet. I think Son's doing well because Son's doing what he needs to do. He needs to be a sacrificial lamb where he just makes runs. And then that helps the midfield, that helps the other wingers, it helps create chances for other players. And I ever think when Son presses from the front and the keeper kicks it and it goes off for a throw on, then we win possession back. So people don't see the off the ball work that Sonny's doing, and the same with Maddison. Maddison sometimes presses like in a 2, so sometimes it's like a 4-4-2 off the ball, where Maddison and Son both press. Sometimes it's Kulusevski, I've noticed, that presses from the front. So those things, like, we're not deep in as a fan base. We're not saying, well, you know what, them men are putting the work off the ball, and that's the reason why we're having 80% in the first half, which is a madders to me. That's crazy, 80%. Like, let's not sleep on that one. You know what I'm saying? But like, I felt the boys did well up until the Bissouma obviously had to come off. Hojbjerg came on, and obviously he had to shore things up, do things a little bit different. But I think with Hojbjerg, because his skill set's slightly different, and this is where I don't mind Hojbjerg at certain times in the game, he keeps it a lot more simple. He doesn't hold on to it as much. When he's ready to carry it, I notice he does carry it at certain times. So those things are rubbing off on him. Like all those players that are carrying the ball and doing those progressive passes. And not to say that Hojbjerg wasn't a progressive passer in the past, but I'm just saying in terms of him looking forward, he's doing it a lot more. And I just felt like as a line breaker, Hojbjerg, I reckon he'll probably start because Bissouma's he's going to miss the next game, isn't he? So
yeah,
we're going to need a 6 to sit in. So, but my question was to everyone, what if, is Hojbjerg automatically going to sit as defensive mid, or could we change our style if we're playing someone like Fulham and possibly put someone else there just to add a bit more creativity, especially if things aren't going away? Like, I'm not saying someone to start. I'm not saying I think Hojbjerg should start, but I'm just saying in the second half, if we wanted to be a bit more aggressive, I saw one time Ange take a centre back off, put an extra midfielder on. So things like that, when things aren't going our way, sometimes I feel like you can throw that dice and say, look, let's go a little bit more adventurous. Let's get a bit more attacking. Let's get a little bit higher up. Let's add these players. But to be fair to Ange, he's got it right time and time again, because I thought in that second half, they were all over us. And I was like, bruv, a better team. A West Ham, Aston Villa, Brighton, anyone would finish those chances. Like, there was a chance. That chance, the through ball, my man touched it and it was underneath his foot. I said, oh my days, we were lucky. And then obviously, my man with a sliding challenge, there was one in the box when man headed it. There's one in the box again when he volleyed it. Bro, there was so much talking points. I can't, it's going to be crazy. But like any other team, they put us to bed. So that is a worry for me as a Spurs fan. Obviously, that was our 10 men. So I do concede that, I shouldn't really take that into account, because I should only be really looking at that first half and seeing how we struggled at times to break down the block. But I think we created so many chances. Looking back at that first half, the amount of chances we created, I don't know how much it was, like 15 or something in that first half.
In the first half,
11 shots, I think.
In the first half, we had 3 on target, 12 attempts in total.
12, right. Yeah, so 12 shots, 3 on target. So that's real big. And like Kulusevski came mad close. I thought I was going to hit the net. I thought it was going to be bulging. I was like, oh, man. But had Bissouma not been sent off, let's not get it twisted. Had Bissouma, we would have cooked them. I don't care what anyone says. I know there was vulnerability when they were switching the flank and our fullbacks were getting exposed. So that was one thing I noticed, and I thought, raw. That was a bit of Liverpool. Liverpool trying to do the same thing to us. And I think teams are trying to clock onto that. So when we play a team like Aston Villa, West Ham, that like to do this kind of mid-block, counter-attacking style football, then that's something to consider, something that we need to clock onto. But we need to be more clinical. We need to be more clinical. We need to be fast in the defensive third, fast in the midfield third, and in the final third, we just need to be a bit more composed. Just a little bit of composure. That's all I'm asking for. Just a little bit more composure. And that's
so much to ask, Ash? Is that so much to ask?
I mean, I'm just a Spurs fan. I mean, like, everyone's talking about title charge. I said it before. When I first heard it, I was like, nah, guys, calm down, man. What are we doing here? What are we doing? But then I saw, obviously, Conte left because we didn't push on to get to that third position. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So that just shows how far the squad was. It wasn't that far off. Do you know what I'm saying? When he left, it was fourth. So essentially, we've got the same squads, but now we're playing players in their position, more attacking, and the energy's right. But no one is just for you. It's just for you, isn't it? So that top four is looking more realistic, man. I said 6 before, but I'm starting to believe, boys. I'm starting to believe a bit more, man.
I mean, why not? I don't see why not. There is no reason why we can't finish in the top four this year when you're looking at the teams like Manchester United, who were dead certs apparently for top four before the season started. Now they can't win a game. But talk to me about... We are batting away every question asked from our team at the moment, you know, down to 10 men for half of the game today, backs against the wall against Arsenal in the first half when things seem to be going the other way. You know, Liverpool, we rode our luck at times, but we have answered every single question asked upon the team so far this season. So can we even do more than top four?
I think the difference right now is the centre-backs. That is the key. Centre-backs is the key, my guys. Like last season, obviously Romero had... everyone talks about the partnerships, but I'm just saying, in terms of like being solid as a pair, just working together, having each other's back, bringing out the best in each other. We talk about the leadership between both of them, not just Romero. Like Romero's obviously stepping up. And I think Romero had a great game. I hadn't Van der Ven scored. Like even the game before that, everyone's like, Van der Ven. But I looked at Romero and I said, you know what? Defensively wise, I think Van der Ven's getting all the plaudits because on the ground duels, he's able to recover the ball and he does those sliding challenges and fans love that. But
it's something we haven't had in so long, Ash, though, what Van der Ven is bringing us.
What it is. I think man them are thirsty. I think the girl them, the man them, everyone's just like, it's been a famine. It's been a drought. And everyone, I get it. I'm here for it. I understand it. But Romero, for me, he's blocking, he's reading the game, he's intercepting. He's doing like all the things that maybe we don't want to talk about. Do you understand? But we might not necessarily stand out. You might not see because at times you see the things that stand out more, if that makes sense. And I'm not saying Van der Ven's been poor in the air because Van der Ven surprised me in the air. But I just think Romero in the air for me and on the floor and just controlling his aggression, he's been spot on for me. He's been a top centre back and the partnership together. I mean. We're able to play that high line because of Mickey Van der Ven's pace. And I think a lot of his pace does kind of help him out in a lot of situations. I just imagine if he didn't have that pace, he might get exposed a little bit. Do you know what I'm saying? But the fact that he has that pace helps him a lot. And he wins a lot of challenges, a lot of recoveries. And he just looks like a Rolls Royce at the moment because not just off the ball, on the ball. You saw it today when he drives through that middle, beep, beep, come through. Mickey Van der Ven, he's able to take shots and like he's able to do little passes and that. He's able to even half turn. He's like, bro, he's on the ball. He's a Dutchman. That's what happens when you get Ants and Dutch players together. Magic happens. Do you know what I'm saying? The belief starts happening. So 100%. Yeah, bro, I'm here for it, man.
One more question.
Every player, every position.
One more question, Ash, before we let you go. With Richarlison not being as clinical enough today, Alejo Valise came on and impressed at the end of the game today. Do you think that it's an option now from the start of games, maybe start Alejo Valise as number 9 and push Sonny back out to the left?
I don't want to see Sonny back out left. I think Son is like we tried it. Don't get me wrong, we tried it. The first game we tried it. Everyone was like, Son, Second game, what was it? Man United, isn't it? Mm-hmm. I don't know. Like I just feel like he's got to stay as the hitman. I hear it. There's certain times in a game, if you're playing a mid to low block team, and we need a target man, a box striker, then he's an option because his first touch ain't bad. He can hold it up. We just need him to be a little bit more clinical because he did have that chance when he did come on, even though it was offside. I think it was Sorrow. I can't remember who got it to him, but he takes a couple of chances, like he turns and turns. But I think he should have hit it a little bit earlier. But for me, Son still stays number 9 all day for me. Son stays number 9. I like his movement. I like his runs into the box. Even like people say, oh yeah, he can't do it against a low block. He scored against 3 Arsenal defenders in the pack 6-yard box. So what does that tell you? Do you know what I'm saying? So he can do it. He can. And his hold-up play is good as well. It's improving every game. He hasn't played that number 9 for a lot of games. So I think the more he plays it, the better he becomes. The more, and also his intelligence, his AI. Son's got the AI, boy. He's ingrained into him, like mathematics and that. Yeah, he's born with it.
Son GPT.
I think, yeah, bro. I think the only way with with Son is up. But I do want to see Valise get more minutes. It's a shame that we're out of cup competitions, because then that we could have really seen him in that capacity. But I think when Johnson comes back, Rich has to fight for his position. I think Johnson starts over him, in my opinion, because Kulu is the target man now. You know Kulu's going to hold the ball up. You know Kulu's going to run in behind. You know Kulu's going to, even though it's predictable, can you stop it? Can you stop him from coming onto his left? Because he got his shot off today. Do you know what I'm saying? They couldn't handle him. And I thought he was one of our better players, along with Sarr. I thought Sarr was working hard. Both of them off the ball, working hard, trying to win the ball back, holding on to that possession. So, yeah, may long it continue, man. May long it continue. And Kulu, it's only a matter of time before Kulu scores. I'm telling you that, because he's doing all the right things.
It's coming, Ash. It's coming. But go and enjoy your night at top of the league, my friend, and we'll speak to you very soon.
I will, bro. Love, guys.